Accomplished creatives use their music as an escape. Struggling creatives try to escape their music. Okay? Now, it's a really interesting concept and something that I've noticed, and I want to just flesh that out for you. So, established creatives use their music as an escape. Struggling creatives escape their music. What you'll notice with pro producers and prolific artists is that they use their music to escape from frustration and anxiety and stress in their life, from the problems that they're having in their world. It is their version of flopping in front of the TV. It is their version of recharging their batteries, of energizing themselves. And I'll give you a good example of this. I was talking to a good buddy of mine, Josh Butler, who you probably know, but if you don't, he's one of the top house music producers in the world at the moment. He's amazing, incredible DJ as well. And he used this phrase, which I thought was brilliant. He said, "Music is my PlayStation." And what he meant by that was exactly that when other people who are tired and their bandwidth is full, or they need to flop and relax, they might put on the PlayStation. For him, his music does that for him. Now, if you are struggling with your music, chances are it isn't your escape from anxiety and frustration. It's a part of it. Maybe you're putting yourself under tons and tons of pressure in the studio as well, so it feels heavy, it feels really weighty, and it is absolutely going to drain your bandwidth. And so here's what I really want to say about this, is it isn't that writing music is a battery draining activity, it's just about you turning it into a battery charging activity. And I'm going to give you two things. Sorry, just swapping hands. I wanted to be out and about. I've been sort of in the studio and doing stuff all day. I'm going to give you two things to help you do that. So here's the first thing. The first thing is to have a good think about what it is that you're doing in the studio, the workflow, the places you get stuck, the bottlenecks, the way that you think about your music. What is it you're doing in the studio that is bringing on this frustration and overwhelm and stress? What is it that gets you turned up in a knot? When does your kind of stomach get tight? What feels really heavy to you? Get clear on that. And then we need to let that stuff go, because you need to let go to let in. It's a good phrase, need to let go to let in. And you can think of this as having a glass of water, right? And imagine it's full of cloudy, dirty water at the moment, and that's all of these things that are getting you anxious and frustrated in the studio. It's all the things that are holding you up, that aren't serving you well, and we need to pour that out in order to make room to pour in like the crystal clear, beautiful spring water. So what's that? Well, that's part two, and that is the things that you do, the structure that you follow, the way that you write music, the way that you think about writing music, that optimizes your chances of getting what we call into creative flow, in the pocket, in the zone. And you've probably experienced this, right? I bet you've experienced it with music, but you've probably experienced it with work, maybe sports, maybe other things you do. It's that place, it's kind of this magical zone where time and space don't even exist. You're not distracted, you don't feel hungry, your best music tends to come through, you tend to be doing your best work in this space, and it's completely effortless and it's wonderful. It's a joyous sort of magical space to be, right? So it's about learning how to get into that flow, and that's why in my signature program, Finish More Music, we go deep into the structure of how to get into this state, how to make it so that music is this effortless, relaxing place for you to be, instead of it feeling heavy and anxious and stressful. So those are the two things to focus on. And if I share this with you, it isn't that you aren't able to find an effortless way. In fact, let me rephrase that. It's not that you're not able to write music effortlessly. It's not that you're able to write music from a joyful place. It's just that you haven't learned how to do it. So if you've been thinking, oh, maybe I'm just someone who can't do this, I don't have what it takes, I don't feel the music, maybe I don't enjoy music much and I just never will, then it's important to understand that you can learn how to get into this space. You can learn how to remove these bottlenecks. It's all about your approach to music and the way you think about music and the workflow you follow and all of those pieces of the puzzle that then mean that when you get into the studio, it's an effortless, joyful place to be. And so rather than feel, oh, I'm too tired to do music, it's like, that's going to charge my batteries. It's one of the things that brings me life and sparks me up, you know? So we're going to be going into this in more detail, of course, a lot more to come when we do the workshop. So it's on the 21st of April, this Thursday is what I was going to say. So make sure you've got that in your calendar. We've got a link to download all of this because we've got a complete schedule for you to follow. The training, the live training that's coming in between that, and then when we actually do the training, there'll be downloads and things for you to fill out and stuff to get going, because we're actually going to be doing things during the training. This isn't just a passive sit there and be spoon-fed things. We're actually going to be doing stuff and it's going to be interactive. So reminder, notifications on. Look out for my man Eduardo, aka Eddie C. He's going to be posting stuff until they're allowing me to comment and post back in here. But any questions you've got, do let me know, because I'll also be getting answers to you and still supporting you in the group until then. There are means and ways, and we're going to take them with both hands. So I hope this training helped you. I'll speak to you very soon.